Hello everyone, this is Shokora Zouheikyoku aka chocomint, and welcome back to our Let's Play of Imperial Deception. In the last episode, we have finished the route of all villains, and you can see she got the crown, and now we will continue with the route of all Saintess and see what it differs from each other. So I believe this is, yes, Rika, player 2, and Ayana, player 1, which is going to be our Saintess. I see what kind of person you are. I kind of like it. So now that you have chosen your path, you must be eager to start. But let me explain your assets. First, there's your reputation with different factions. I may have seen that. Okay. No! Your Holiness. Please come in. The door opens and I see the all too familiar white beard of Father Mikhail. When I was a child, his rumbling deep voice was calming to me. Now the only times he talks to me is to remind me of my duties. I almost let him see my annoyance with his arrival. All those years pleasing the clergy around me made it easy for me to politely smile no matter how I really feel. Father Mikhail, may the goddess shine her wisdom on you. I wish the same for you. Now, how you do know where you're going today? I nod. Officially, I'm sent to purify an imperial heirloom. But in reality, the Emperor has a secret lover who has been sick for a while. It's not the first time our judge let me take part in their secret dealings. After all, I'm their best healer. She has been out of sorts. Please bear with it. Yes, I understand. We have to treat her with respect, no matter the circumstances. She is a dear patient after all. I heard that she threw a vase at a wall the last time someone of our judge went to treat her. I hope she doesn't have an episode today. I can't accompany you, but the other priests will be there with you. Thank you for your concern. I take my leave then. Please do your best. Yes, Father. I watch him leave the room. As soon as the door closes, I sigh and let myself fall on the bed. One of the only places to leave me alone is this very bedroom. I should have talked so much about what I would like to do outside. They're watching me even more than before. I get ready and leave the church. So I may or may not say about this, but the Saintess is very pretty. Like her hair looks like cotton candy with bluish and whitish strands. Like I like her design much more than the villainess actually. She feels more vibrant in a sense, but then the villainess has to shine. Rika, after a beauty of her own, a colder kind of beauty. We've arrived a bit earlier than usual, so I begged them to take a look at the garden. Since there are visitors' log, I couldn't leave the palace without them knowing, so they let me roam around. I have to use any opportunity that feels like a little freedom, otherwise I would explode. I hum a little when I see all the different flowers. I especially like the hydrangeas. The gardeners must be proud of their work. Suddenly, a little raindrop lands on my shoulder. I look up and see the great clouds cover the sky. I run to the nearest tree that protects me only a little bit. May I take shelter with you? A handsome young man stands before me, looking for shelter from the rain. Sure, but the rain still comes through the leaves. Let me improvise then. He takes his coat off and holds it up above us. I'm sorry to do this when it's our first meeting, but to show us both properly, can you come closer, please? I don't mind it when a handsome gentleman such as him asks. I take a step towards him. We stand a bit awkwardly next to each other, looking around not knowing what to do. The coat doesn't let the rain through. It must be well made. Taking a closer look, his whole attire seems expensive and there's an elegance to his movement. He must be a rich noble. By the way, I'm Ayana. What is your name? He looks at me puzzled but then smiles. You can call me Leon. I guess she doesn't meet the prince at all at first, or she doesn't know much in a sense. So it makes their first meeting really natural and really smooth. So that explains why getting in with their friends is so easy. And I guess this is the kind of scene that the villainess Rika has seen from the window. Or maybe after that, the first meeting, I guess. So I guess the prince doesn't have people kissing up to him. So because she doesn't know who he is, he feels comfortable with her. Okay. Neither of us gave our family names. Maybe he also doesn't want to reveal too much. It's been a while since I've been treated like a normal person. Maybe he wouldn't mind if I don't behave overly polite. I want to tease him about his hair. I want to remain polite for a bit longer. Okay. That's interesting. So, I have kind of mixed feeling about getting them together, but this is also kind of her route. So I'm kind of not. You can say that I'm kind of biased towards the villainess, or I just want to ship them together. Yes, I'm kind of a shipper, like pairings and stuff. So, but still, this is Ayana's route, and getting with a prince will give her a lot of advantage. So, I want to teach him about his hair. Wow, the Leon's affection is there. Wow, oh my. Your hair resembles a lion's mane. So I would say your name fits you well. You've got some kind of mane too. I've been complimented about my hair tons of times. Why, thank you. He laughs and nods. It is a beautiful color. Yes, it is, actually. Thank you. That smile is unfair. Do you come here often? Real smooth, Ayana. What kind of pickup line are you gonna throw at him next? Did it hurt when you fell? From heaven? I mean, what brings you to the palace? He doesn't immediately answer and studies my face. Is it such a weird thing to ask? You could say I'm around a lot. Is your job so secret that you have to give me such a vague answer? Please be fair with it. He seems genuinely troubled, but I need some info to create excuses to meet him again. Hold your horses, Ayana. Am I so desperate to see his man again? I mean, he is handsome. He's kind of cute though. Is this a side effect from being surrounded by old bears every day? So much for being called a holy maiden. Well, at least I might be coming more often to this place as well, so we might meet again. Just saying, you know. So, nice to meet your acquaintance, Leon. Are you always this awkward when meeting new people? Give me a break. It's been a while since I've talked to anyone my age. He laughs again. It's a bit similar to my situation then. I do hope to see you around. It's fun talking to you. Father Mikhail would score me and probably laugh at me as well for my attempts at flirting with this man. My inexperience is all the just fault. Leon holds his hand out. The rain has stopped as fast as it has come. I guess I have to go then. See you later, Ayana. He walks away and waves at me before he vanishes into the building. Your Holiness, are you listening to me? It's time we enter. Who are you waving to? I almost bit my tongue out of surprise. I didn't realize that I was still waving. This is all so embarrassing. No one. Let's go. As you wish, Your Holiness. The mistress is sleeping while I treat her. Her guards are nervously observing us. Either they don't trust the judge, or her condition is worse than they let us know. For holy power to work, one doesn't necessarily need to know all the symptoms. Unless it's connected to the power of darkness, it works as general medicine, helping the body to heal itself faster. The mistress' pain face relaxes and the Imperial sighs our relief. He kneels next to her bed and holds her hand. He must really love her. But what about his wife and children? That's a good question. When you are a king, you have power and you have a variety of political stuff that you have to manage. And so maybe the one you think is one true love is not actually really good for you in terms of appearance or that person is not from a good house or something like that. So there's a gap between their houses, between nobles and normal people and so on. And so it turns out the wife that he took is just kind of a business partner in a sense. There's no love. They just married for the power between their houses and the royal family. Then there's Jiren, and then he will give his power to his children later on. but he's also have like kind of like concubine at the same time. So illegible or kind of legal children or illegal children, I don't know. So we have the children from the concubine or secret lover that he's more likely to put on the crown. But then he have to protect that children, protect that concubine, because the main wife will find it very dangerous to her power, like what she had right then. And so there we have our political dangerous life in the court. One of our priest whispers into his ears. At first he grumbles, but then stands up. Well, then the girl I paid enough for her treatment. Please don't take offense to our offer. It's beneficial to us both. The priest looks at me with piercing eyes, a sign to be on my best behavior. I pour out the most serene expression I could manage at the moment. The Empress must be aware of your mistress' existence, and her backing in the aristocratic faction is strong. Do you really want the future wife of your son, the crown prince, to be a noble? The Addingtons are part of the opposing faction to your wife. The people will see you back in the Addingtons as support for the loyalists. Your wife would probably prefer someone from the aristocratic faction. The people would sense the distrust within the royal family, and they would worry about their livelihood. The Imperial doesn't change his expression, but I can see his hands tense up a bit. A neutral candidate might be the best choice. The priest puts his hands on my shoulders. It's not the first time a holy maiden will become part of the imperial family. This shady bastard! Without my effing consent! Not one word of discussion! Does Father Mikhail know about this? The Imperial studies me. Just seconds ago he was overcome with worry for his mistress, but now years of his experience in court politics show. His eye cold stare dissects my being to its tiniest pieces. I can't help but getting goosebumps. Rika Addington has been raised to be empress since she was born. You think your Saintess can be a worthy opponent? If you're not careful, you will be ripped apart. And I would like the best ruler of the empire to stay alive. My throat dries up. So the rumors are true. The Duke's daughter would destroy anyone in her way. The Rias is taking his time to answer, which means he fears her too. You've been rushing ahead without thinking the plan through, just because it's not you that has to face her, huh? But you have more power than her. With your help, we could definitely stand a chance. A stronger judge will be able to help you against the Empress as well. Now the Emperor is taking his time to answer. I will watch you both then. Now go on your way. The priest and I bow. The priest walks away, but before I could follow him, the Emperor grabs my arm. He pulls me closer to him and whispers into my ear. Little girl, I would run if I were you. I had to try my hardest to not change my expression from friendly to absolute fear. Thank you for your concern, Your Highness. Your Holiness, please listen.
Your Holiness, my ass. Just say broodmare for fuck's sake. Does Father Mikhail know about this? I tried to censor it, but it slipped out. Whoops.
Has he not informed you about it this morning? No wonder you seemed angry when we returned.
This whole judge be damned. I'm definitely not doing anything for them ever again if I can help it. If only I could escape. What does the judge plan to do if we fail?
This is our chance, Your Holiness.
No, it's just corruption and greed from the judge. And we become the scapegoat for this kind of the sacrifice. Because it's not you who do it, then you don't feel any pain or any guilt or something of that kind.
We need to do this for the judge.
You say for the judge, but are you really? He doesn't want to tell me the reason for all of this. I need to see Father Mikhail.
I keep almost calling mother.
Please calm Father Mikhail. I need his wisdom to make a decision.
As you wish, Your Holiness.
They only let me talk to them this way as a formality. To keep up the appearance that the Saintess is a higher being. But decisions have always been made by others. Never me. A while after the priest has left, Father Mikhail enters the room. I don't even try to hide my anger.
Your Holiness, you have called for me?
Father Mikhail, how dare you do this without my consent? He stares at me and then sighs.
I should have talked to you about it, but I just couldn't. I wanted to send you off like it was any duty you had to do.
Like any duty? Are you hearing yourself?
Ayana.
He comes closer and tries to hug me. No, don't try to act like a parent now of all times. Don't you dare touch me! He looks at me with sad eyes. I hate this. I hate this so much.
Man, I'm enjoying the I kind of really like doing this in a sense because anger, ultra anger. Okay.
I hate that my heart is hurting.
We are in service of the goddess. We are in service of the judge. Our own desires don't matter in the grand scheme of things.
Erase my ego is what he's saying. Think, Ayana, think. It's not just the incident today. When was the last time you were able to choose something for yourself? You need strength. You need power to decide your own freedom. You need the seat of the Empress. Fine. Let me take part in this rotten game of yours, Mikhail. I seem to have forgotten my place. Just give me time to come to terms with it. Please leave. Mikhail leaves the room. I kick the bookcase by the window. I will take my freedom in my own two hands. Just watch me, Mikhail.
Welcome back, dear. I'm skipping it. It's not my first time. My apologize, dear. Who will you choose to be your first follower? Remember, recruiting a follower will cost you some gold.
Okay, I don't have enough money in a sense. So, information, yes.
Okay, information.
If information is power, then the information guild is the most powerful group in your city. And if so, the man behind it all would be a great force to reckon with.
Look where the wings have brought us today. Who would have thought that a maiden such as yourself would honor us with her presence? What brings me this great privilege?
Are you not aware of who I am?
It depends. Do you wish me to?
I've heard all sorts of colorful stories about Aga, the leader of the Information Guild. A truly infamous man. A trickster, a thief, a lover, a monster. There is no shortage of rumors that surround him. I'm not sure if I like him. Anyway, are you interested in being of service to me? I am in need of your expertise.
Excuse me for asking this, beautiful archmaiden, but is the judge allowed to be associated with the likes of me?
It's a personal business.
Then we will take extra care.
Some say that he can get away with everything he has done. He escapes the judge's scrutiny because of some inside knowledge he holds over the conclave. Others say that he was instrumental in certain deals that the Annington family has made in the past with the Loyalists. Truly terrifying. It would be amiss of me not make alliance with someone so powerful. I promise it will be rewarding for you by the end of it.
As long as we get the right reward, I promise, you will have results. Still, I didn't expect someone like you could be capable of such cruelty.
His eyes gleam at the irony. Me, a holy maiden, to stoop so low as to ask for his help. But now is not the time to falter. It will be justified. You have word on that, Aga.
Alright then, but I must say, sometimes the results might not be to your liking. After all, rumors take a life of their own. As long as you understand.
He rolls his thin fingers with a smirk and a giggle. So he finds this amusing, as expected of somewhat of his character.
300 gold coins. Consider it a service free.
For what service?
The service of being silent about all little meeting, delightful archmaiden. Wouldn't want this information in the wrong hands, would you?
Truly terrifying, this man, tempted by the sin of greed. But a small price to pay for what I have planned in mind. For the things I am prepared to do, gold is the least of my worries.
Pleasure doing business with you, archmaiden.
I will see you then. Aga, I will use your evil for good.
Okay.
A week went by since then. Years of having to fake my smile are big enough. My acting is on a usable level. As of yet, Mikhail hasn't shown any distress towards me. He still tries to comfort me like he did when I was a child. I don't know what to think about it. I just feel frustrated every time he does that. At least he is aware that I can't get used to the idea this fast. The other bears started to avoid me more than usual. Before they did so out of respect, when they didn't have to observe and guard me. But now it feels like they don't want to get dragged in. I can't rely on them anyway. The judge is not on my side. I'm only known as the Saintess, the Holy Maiden. Outside of the judge, I'll starve. I hate that everything I own is borrowed from the damn judge. No one knows or supports me as Ayana. Can I heal people in exchange of service? For service? Can the judge detect if I've used holy power from a certain distance? I wish there were classes on scheming. Even though I know it would be dumb to reveal such statistics to the public. I just feel really helpless at the moment. I had nightmares of being accused of crimes I didn't commit. In my dreams, my hair was being pulled by the Duke's daughter, and then I was executed while she laughed at me. I need to still my resolve. Please enter. Both sides have nightmares about this. Interesting. So, in my opinion, if I were to have a chance for something more peaceful, those two can work together, I guess. But there's no common ground to work together. Each one power. One wants power to support her, to listen to her family because the family wants power from the royal. And here is also kind of like the judge wants power. She doesn't care, but she's very dependent of the judge in a sense. So she has no freedom. So she wants power for freedom. Your Holiness, it is time. Time to treat the king's lover. As we walked through the garden, I remember the gentleman I met last time. Come to think of it, he didn't treat me like a holy maiden. Maybe he could help me? We are strangers though, why would he? At this point, I would be happy about any kind of support I could get, as long as the source of that help is reliable. The girls are less nervous today. It seems like they are satisfied with my treatment. When I am done, the Rhea stops me from leaving. We need to wait for someone to check our work. The Emperor still doesn't trust us entirely. I sigh. No wonder, after what happened last time. The door opens and the guards salute. Greet the royal prince, Leon Ravenswood. We bow. I came to see how today's treatment has been going. It is the gentleman from the garden. He looks at me with surprise and confusion. Out of instant, I immediately answer, forcing my own surprise down. I am Saintess Ayana Rodier, in service of the Imperial family. May the goddess bless you with her wisdom, Your Highness. I wish the same upon you, Your Holiness. Neither of us continues to speak, so the people around us start to whisper. I wish our meeting could have been free of the schemes of others. The Rhea smiles. He probably thinks that the Emperor finally sees our offer in a positive light and sends the prince as a positive sign. I can't really tell what this meeting means. All I know is that I can't trust Leon freely. And he can't put his full trust in me either. It would be foolish. How is Madame Otome? I can't believe he has to ask about the well-being of a woman his father is having an affair with. So there's no concubine allowed in this world, or the king just wants to have a secret lover. I mean, I do hear that there is a really nice feeling of doing things secretly. I thought a crown prince would have enough power to be free from such things. It seems that he has his own shackles. She seems to be able to sleep without pain. The holy power helps her relax and recover without pain.
Will she recover fast?
That is hard to say. We are not entirely sure what her ailment is, but holy power helps in most cases.
I will inform the Emperor later then. Let me escort you.
The guards start to follow him, but he signs them to stop. When the priests try to do so, he stops them in their tracks with an eye-cold stare. Like father, like son. In this moment though, I'm glad he can do this. We walk in silence through the hallways before we end up in the garden.
So you are the Saintess.
And you are the crown prince. Again, we have trouble finding words. Did your father tell you about the offer of the judge?
Yes.
So he did tell him. I can't let this stand our relationship. I need to say something. Tell the truth. Make an excuse. Well, it's better to be open. Leon, the thing I really want is freedom. He looks at me as if he is trying to find something.
And what do you need for that?
I'm not sure how I should answer that. What is it that you want? He sighs and looks into the distance.
I haven't really thought about that in a while. I just know I can't leave our people to themselves, or the reign in the hands of people who would abuse it.
He looks really bitter. With what kind of people has he been dealing with? Leon, when it's just the two of us, can we try to act as if the offer wasn't on the table?
You know that's impossible.
Then at least can you call me Ayana when we're alone?
Yes, I can do that.
How about we...
I have business to attend to. Goodbye.
Before I could stop him, he gets away, without looking back and waving like he did last time. I will get through this. I will hold on to his laugh when we were just Ayana and Leon. I must find a way. I could see the breeze coming closer when the prince was out of view.
Your Holiness, how was it? Was he interested?
His eagerness leaves a bitter taste in my mouth. He is informed about the offer. He didn't show what he thought of it.
And I thought it was a really good sign. But I guess it's better than nothing. At least would say it's good he wanted to be alone with you for a bit.
If you had seen his hurt expression, you wouldn't say such things. Are we done for today?
There is still a banquet we need to attend. Important guests are coming.
Empty flattery, wine and delicious snacks I can only have a bite of. Sounds like so much fun. Let's go then.
As you wish, Your Holiness.
The nobles are busy handing out empty words with empty earth minds. At least that's what I think nobles do. After having to fake my own smile so much, I seem to have developed a knack to distinguish between genuine and fake affection. Still, I have to admire them for their stamina to be able to do this at every opportunity.
That is not true.
The crowd is looking at a man who is on his knees in front of Duke Anderton.
You have the impudence to make a scene in front of all these admirable nobles, the pillars of our empire.
Someone has framed me. Nothing else could make sense.
Are you only able to blame others for your mistakes? You are not worthy of your title, Marquis de Bruce. For generations, all families supported the imperial family. And now suddenly we are accused of making weapons for the neighboring country. You really want to discuss this here? The Duke leans in to whisper into Marco's ear. He shivers, stands up, and gets away. The Duke turns around, takes a glass of wine, and as if nothing happened, he continues to talk with his companions. I whisper to the priest, "That sounds like heavy accusation. Why is he still able to walk around freely? Wouldn't they want to investigate him behind bars?" Even the imperial family can't easily put nobles behind jail. But there will be a trial. If an accused noble family fails to show up, they'll be basically admitting the crime. That would give the imperial family enough justification to arrest them. I imagine commoners would have been put to jail immediately, before any real proof shows up. That could have easily been my fate, if the judge hadn't taken me in when I was 8. I can't help but look at Duke Addington. So that's the father of my rival. He easily keeps his composure even after the emotional outburst of the Marquess. What did he tell the Marquess to make him flee so fast? If so, is this something his daughter is able to do with such ease as well? How far do I need to go just to protect myself? Are you worried about the Duke, Your Holiness? You said it was important to the judge, but do we really need to take such risks? Your Holiness, if we let them, they're gonna overpower us soon. Wouldn't the Emperor move first? We can be his move. What about all losses? Loyal rears aren't easy to come by. If needed, I will gladly sacrifice myself. On sign, the judge is dead set on fighting. They're officially lunatics to me. The Rias are mingling with the nobles by themselves. I'm relieved that they are not forcing me to do the same today. I go into a corner where there are less people. Usually a noble would try to make conversation with me, poking at what the judge is planning. Right now, they all seem busy gossiping about what just happened. Better for me since I can relax a little. Until someone grabs my wrist and pulls me even further away from the eyes of others. Now here we have the little Mings. A young noble lady looking similar to the Duke cornered me. Her fixed eyes and her impeccable beauty bewitched me for a second. I've seen you in the garden, chatting up the prince. You are aware that I am his fiancée, right? I think I'm in front of my rival, Rika Addington. What luck I have to be seen in that situation. Got your tongue. Your engagement is just an arrangement out of convenience anyway. She squishes my cheeks. Nobles are all about dues. I don't know what you learned as a commoner, but you need to mind these things. If you don't want to be crushed, that is. Wow, just who does she think she is? The Emperor? I'm so dead. But I can't show my weak side to my rival. I gather the little courage I have left. He is still the crown prince. What he wants counts more than what you want.
She lets go and stands comfortably in front of me.
And here I thought a little warning will help our dear Saintess get back on track. I don't know exactly what you gain from this, but if it's a temporary infatuation, I would advise you to let go. It's not worth it.
Her natural expression confused me a little. I thought she would be hysterical or angry. But overall, she still has a calmness to her, as if it was all still within her expectations. So she doesn't expect to be loved, or that he stays faithful. That is kind of sad. She sighs.
Just remember that I warned you. I can't afford to do more for you.
She walks away and disappears into the ground. It feels like a storm just passed through. I suddenly feel weak on my knees and lean on the wall. I need to hurry up with my reparations.
Who will you choose to be your follower this time?
Okay, this is a good question.
But anyway, it's kind of really sad in a sense. You could say that the villainess is shows her villainess in a sense, but I'm not sure it is out of like removing or obstacle away, or is truly out of like wanting to of kindness in a sense that she warned Ayana. Like, I feel that they could be friends, kind of. After I played around of, so far both sides have is very reasonable. Their purpose, their motivations are reasonable, and I still bias towards the villainous because I don't know. I watched or read too much novels about villainous and Saintess. So, but anyway, coming back to this, let's try like the last time. We don't have a lot of money, so should we follow the noble lady, or we just do this a high class courtesan? Okay, a boy that I healed on one of the Just Healing tours is now showing me the way through the winding alleys of this part of town. I'm thankful that I met him by chance today. Otherwise, I wouldn't have any idea how to enter a brothel in secret. Stopping in front of a small-looking hut, he knocks and taps in what seems to be code, after which the wooden door opens. A young girl shows us in, through empty chairs and tables. The hallways all look dark and similar, much larger than he looks from the outside. I'm surprised at how she was able to navigate it so easily. After a while, the furniture seems to change, becoming more luscious. I smell a sweet scent wafting around this grander section of the building. Expensive candles from foreign lands, no doubt. The young girl pushes a red curtain to the side and points to a door, before she and the boy vanish out of sight. Welcome. We don't usually have female guests, but please sit down. Here she stands in front of me, Lente, one of the most famous and beautiful escorts of the city. She's so tall, I'm a bit jealous. Welcome, Saintess Ayana. We appreciate that you do for the people here. I know not everyone thinks highly of the judge. For people in the slums like us who can't afford treatment anywhere else, your healing services and charity does save a lot of us. There is grace in the way she moves, the way she holds herself up. Her warm smile makes me feel welcome, despite us only meeting today. It doesn't feel fake at all. I can see why her patients would want to spend time with her. It's nothing. It's our duty to look after the poor after all. She beckons through a cup of tea already waiting for me, with some snacks on the table. I didn't even notice her repairing it. Thank you for being here for us. How can we ever repay you? This guilty feeling, it never changes no matter how many times I do these things. She thinks so highly of me, but now I'm here to ask her, to tell her me about the other people's secrets. I'm grateful for your offer, Lindsay. Is it possible that you could tell me about your patrons? She leans back with a cold, guarded stare. That is not a light thing to ask, no matter how highly we regard you, Saintess. You know, our entire business runs on secrecy, and I cannot spare a single exception. Any secret I utter will lead to my ruin, if not the ruin of the whole hotel. And there's no telling what they might do in retaliation. The judge can offer you protection. You would be most welcome to serve alongside the clergy. Don't you want to leave this profession? She studies me, no doubt wanting to see if I was be serious. Is she considering it? But she sighs instead. I'm sorry, Saintess, but no. I have my own circumstances. I see. If she says no, then I don't have any right to ask her any more about it. But strangely enough, despite this place being a hotel, I feel at ease. Maybe I could spend a little more time here. Will that be all, Saintess Ayana? Yes, but the tea and snacks are delicious. How much for an hour? She looks at me a little surprised, before letting out a wonderful laugh. So you wish to spend more time with me? For you it's dear, it's free, it's free, dear Saintess. No, at least let me. But she holds my hands tightly in hers, keeping me from reaching for my pockets. Please, dear Saintess, I mean it. All right, thank you, Lindsay. Lindsay, she seems like a good person. Had fate been any different, she could just as easily have been a priestess herself. I wonder what she might have gone through. If you don't mind me asking, how did you? Started working here, Saintess? It was a long time ago. I was on the run after stealing some vases, and I broke into a house trying to hide. The owners were very kind to me and didn't report me to the guards. Even fed and clothed me and let me stay in the house. So I wanted to repay them. One thing led to another, and here we are. Lente smiles again, a beautiful smile with no sign of regret. She speaks as if it were a matter of fact. Had I been in her situation, I wonder how things would have gone. I see. Do you ever regret it? Not really. The pay is good, and the patients are kind. It's actually not so bad, Saintess. You're very remarkable yourself, Lindsay. Even more so than me. She tries to smile again, but I see a twinge of sadness wash over her immaculate face momentarily. Well, there is one thing. She sighs, sizing me up on whether I was just worthy. I smile back,
as warmly as I can as she relaxes. I had a brother. His name is Ezzy. He wasn't as lucky as I was. He got caught by the guards when we were running from them. I haven't heard from him since. Maybe he's dead, perhaps, but I don't know for sure. He could still be alive for all I know. Maybe I can help. She looks up, as for one hope. I take a step further. The judge has a wide information network. There's always someone from the clergy in every corner of the whole empire. We can reach places like small villages a lot better than even the imperial family. If you like, I can ask them to look after Ezzy. Please, I'll do anything, Saintess. She kneels before me, her hands clasped together as if in prayer. I don't hold those hands together in my own hands, the same way she did before. It's all right, Lente. I won't ask you to do anything. No, I'll tell you about my missions. It's the least I can do for you. But isn't that dangerous for you? I'll be careful. I won't take no for an answer. If it's for Izzy, I'll do anything. I see. We held hands for a while, neither of us willing to let go. Thank you, Lente. You really are very remarkable. She really is remarkable. I wish that I could meet her more often, but all occasions. Maybe in another time, we could be better friends. Okay. Today, so much happened. First, Leon turned out to be the prince, which made things sour between us. Then I've seen firsthand what Duke Ellington is able to get away with. After that, Rika appeared threatening me, even though she didn't seem fully hostile. Her calm behavior despite all that's happened reminds me of how her father handles things. She could be just as ruthless, but she didn't deny the feelings I might have for the prince. In fact, she acted like she expected such things to happen. I couldn't help but feel a little for her. I'm getting angry at my own naivety. Even Mikhail, who I thought was someone on my side, betrayed me in the end. Do I really need to care about a stranger at this point? I sit at my desk and take out a letter set. I need to do something. I have to make Leon realize that I'm not. What am I not? Only look at him as the prince. That's why we were both uncomfortable, right? I hope I'm interpreting this right. I have to be careful. The readers reject my letters, especially the ones I want to send Prince Leon. I would have loved to send it in a different way, but I need to act fast. How can I write this so it convinces Leon, but also doesn't make the reader suspicious? Good goodness, I hope this works. I call for a priest to send a letter to Leon. Please, dear goddess, this one time, help me despite the jerk's will. Okay, I don't have enough money for recruiting. And another skip. Oh, wait, no. I guess we did. We got the ground. Nice. And so that should be the end of all playthrough for Ayana this time. I have a feeling there's more information, gameplay, scenes with the friends for the Saintess than the rival, the villainess, Rika. This also makes the
And the Varietas actually have I'll say a caring personality. Since she is a Saintess, so she learns to care about people a lot, and she's I guess each of our player, us, the Saintess and the villainess have different approach to things. For example, the Saintess have the Saintess is more caring, so she use emotional stuff to get her followers, or what it is for the Lente, the brothel girl, while the villainess is all money, power, stuff like that. But anyway, I believe this should be the end of our playthrough. This is just a test of the both routes. If anyone requests or interested, I would try to get another CG. Like you can see that I'm lacking 2 CG at the top for Pope's route. I believe maybe is the route when we lost or something. But yeah, this should be the end of the playthrough of this game right now. In general, I believe it is very an interesting thing. It's politics, and you got a choice to choose between the different characters, different motivations, and backgrounds. Is our opposite sides. A side of the Saintess is the side of the judge, who wants power for the judge. So they connected the Vietas to the Saintess to the breath. And the other side is the villainess, or something of that kind, the noble side. So she is expected to uphold their tradition, to gain their love or the power. As for all for power, there's kind of almost no love for it since she expected it. Each of these girls are sad. Like I pity both of them in their own way because of their circumstances. I just wished for both of them to be happy in a sense. I'm not sure if there's a choice to have like a kind of ending where everyone is happy. Maybe an ending when one become the empress, but the other got what they wanted in a sense. But then again, it might only be possible for the noble, the villainous story. Like she wants to be an empress, and the Saintess wanted freedom. So you can hit 2 birds with 1 arrow. I mean, hit 2 birds with 1 stone. And for the Saintess, find something to give her freedom, not too dependent on the judge anymore, but that's highly difficult. And then the villainess become the empress. And maybe for the Saintess side, if I have no idea for that side for now. It's very interesting. The game very interesting, and I'm looking forward to the full game. This is actually still a demo, so you can see a rough end of it. It shows like what your actions did and whether it helps you with being a winner in the end. So as the narrators show us with their CG and stuff. And I would love to, I'm excited for the potential for a game, maybe more interactions between the the villainess, the noble Rika with the prince more, since her interactions, there's not much interactions between her and the prince, only one time I believe. And maybe an ending, a chance for happiness for both sides. And maybe it would be nice for them to become friends under better circumstances. And that would be all for. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next gameplay. Bye bye.